Shalom, everybody. Rabbi Edelstein here with another edition of Rabbi E in 3D, brought to you, as always, by MEOR DC. How do you use your speech? Do you use it wisely? Say, Rabbi E, I say whatever I think. Whatever comes into my mind comes out. Well, that might be myself as well sometimes, but we're supposed to use our speech wisely. Supposed to think about our speech and relate to it as not something neutral, but as something with an incredible power and a capacity to create or to destroy. King Solomon famously said that life and death are in the power of the tongue, and many other pieces of Jewish wisdom that echo that thought. We can lift our own spirits up. We can lift other people up to great heights. We can give them life and enthusiasm with the right kind of speech, and we can deflate and defeat ourselves and others and destroy. Indeed, right, we can create worlds and destroy worlds with our speech. As many of the Jewish commentators say, that's one of the deep ideas behind the Torah, telling us that Hashem created the universe, the heavens and earth, through speech. Whatever exactly that means in the context of Hashem speaking, but we're supposed to learn from that, at the very least, how powerful our speech is. We who are created in God's image, we can create or destroy with our speech. This week's Torah portion relates to speech in an interesting way because it's a double portion, Tazria and Metzorah, in the book of Tazria and Metzorah in the book of Leviticus, or Vayikra. And in the days when we had a Beit HaMikdash, a temple or a tabernacle, and the Jewish people were on a spiritually higher level, sometimes if someone used their speech very negatively, counterproductively, destructively, they might get a figurative tap on the shoulder by Hashem. Actually, the tap occurred first on the walls of their house with something that might have looked like mildew or something, a discoloration, but it wasn't related to moisture or mildew. And then, if they didn't get the idea, there was discoloration on their garments or on their couches and such, and then on their skin itself. Discoloration of the skin. In fact, most of the first of this week's two Torah portions deals with all the different variations of what's called tsaras, mistranslated as leprosy. It was not leprosy. It was not a virus. It was not a bacteria. This is not dermatology. This is not go to Dr. Cohen. If you got it back in the old days, you would go to the Kohen, the Jewish priest, not Dr. Cohen, who was expert in these laws. It was sent by Hashem if someone was not using their speech properly. And it was a terribly embarrassing thing. We don't have it now. Ultimately, someone was isolated. And again, not because it was contagious. It was not contagious, but the idea being they were sent outside of the city walls for a week if it was a confirmed case of this thing called tsaras, because they brought division between people with their speech. So the penalty is they have to be on their own until they can get the right idea that speech is holy and powerful. So Shabbos is a great time to think about how we use our speech. I'm talking to myself. I'm speaking to myself. Speech is very powerful, very beautiful. It's a gift. It's one of the unique gifts of what it means, of what a human being has. And I'm going to stop right there. Take this Shabbos to be more mindful of our speech, and maybe it'll elevate us and the people around us, and we'll create beautiful moods and beautiful Shabbos meals together with our speech, and it will lead over into a beautiful, elevated week of speaking more constructively, more creatively, and not destructively. Thank you. Good Shabbos.